Hey there, everybody, and welcome to the Fearless Thinking Podcast, designed to help you navigate authentic leadership and the entrepreneurial journey. I'm your host, Michael Devous, and these are my thoughts, lessons, and insights from my entrepreneurial journey into coaching, workshops, motivational speaking, and of course, what I picked up from interviews with inspiring leaders and entrepreneurs along the way. My mission is to help people unlock their untapped potential by using fear as a catalyst for powerful change and growth, so they can step into the greatest version of their most authentic selves. All right, let's get into some fearless thinking. Hey, everybody, welcome to Fearless Thinking, the Fearless Thinking Podcast, our live stream to the Ascend Hub. Nope, wait, I'll get this right. Where is it? There. To the Ascend Hub right here. We're going live every Monday. I'm attempting, hold on while I mute. This is our lesson. Our lesson is to mute this stuff. So, we're going live every Monday for an episode of the Fearless Thinking Podcast. Now, I used to record these. I was recording these 5 days a week. And then I took a break this past summer. I'm trying to get back on track with that, but I'm also trying to do them live here on the Ascend Hub, just to share with our Ascend Hub members this experience, right? Most of us on here at the Ascend Hub are aspiring entrepreneurs. And as you know, the Fearless Thinking Podcast, as well as the Fearless Road Podcast here, celebrates entrepreneurs in different ways. The Fearless Road Podcast, specifically talking to entrepreneurs on their journey on the Fearless Road, specifically getting deep diving, like down into the valleys, discovering where their character was built, where innovation, creation, and ideation coincided with fear. And as entrepreneurs, you know very well that when you step out onto this road, you invite fear, you invite judgment, you invite the universe to participate in your journey, to throw all those obstacles and challenges your way to ensure that you grow into the very version of yourself that you claim you want to be as an entrepreneur. And it's not an easy task, by the way. It's not simple when you're asking the universe for this opportunity. So I started that podcast, the Fearless Road Podcast, because I wanted to interview other entrepreneurs on that journey to find out from them specifically how they deal with fear. One of the things I discovered on my particular journey was that I was dealing with fear and had been dealing with fear differently. And I wasn't aware, first of all, I wasn't aware that I was doing this differently than everybody else. Secondly, I wasn't aware that I could actually take some of the skills that I'd learned in my life, some of those tips and tricks and things that I've been doing with fear, and give them back to other people to create greater impact. So that's where the Fearless Road podcast came into being, was to sort of like have a bigger dialogue and dive deeper into those conversations with entrepreneurs to talk about that. Now, I created a second podcast mainly because, and you will find this out about me like over time, I love to talk and I can talk forever. And obviously podcasts, everybody likes small bite-sized pieces. So there's 10 to 20 minute segments that people really love to have on their drive in their car, whether they're commuting or whatever. I was trying to come up with a version of Fearless Thinking just to talk about that. And so what I did was I created the Fearless Thinking Podcast. And nope, I'm on the wrong button. There it is. I got to get this right. I'll figure that out. I came up with Fearless Thinking in order to share with you just my ideas and my thoughts and my feelings and my experiences while I'm on this journey, while I'm dealing with entrepreneurs, while I'm interviewing them and getting some feedback and tips and tricks from them. So I try to put it into a smaller bite-sized piece. So I started creating outlines for shows based on all of those experiences. And so what I was doing was trying to record 5 of those so that you could have one every single day of the week. And I got off that cycle as of August when I moved. I got a little bit off of there because of the fires that we were experiencing in New Mexico. We had 3 back-to-back fires. We were evacuated. It was really causing a lot of challenges for me to stay focused and stay productive and stay on target and on schedule. So I will be sharing those things with you here. I will be sharing those experiences with you here. And I will be sharing with you some of the ideas and thoughts and things that we have going on inside the Ascend Hub. Then this episode gets exported and then it gets uploaded to Buzzsprout, goes out to all the networks, but only after you guys get to see me here first. So it's sort of a sneak peek. I see we got Greg joining us today, one of our members and partners has come on board. We're very excited about these partnerships, and we'll be making more announcements about those as we move forward. So, hey, Greg, how are you? Excuse me. So today, episode 62. Now, it's not how you start, it's how you finish the entrepreneurial marathon. Now, this makes me laugh. You'll find out because when I used to be a performer. I was a dancer many, many, many years ago. One of the very first industrials that I got to perform in was for Mary Kay at a convention in Texas. Now, she hosts some huge conventions. God rest her soul. One of the numbers that we did in the show was literally called, "It's not how you start, it's how you finish." And, this statement, this idea, this mindset has been around for many years. This was 1991. So a long time ago. But I think it's an important thing for us to talk about this myth, that we need to debunk about, that everything, that it's an overnight success. And you are seeing, by the way, you are seeing typically when you see them, Alex Hermoti and other people like that or whatever, you think you're seeing an overnight success. You think they just got discovered, some little tip or trick or thing or whatever it was that they were doing, got them skyrocketing to success and in front of all of these people. And it just isn't true. There's sleepless nights, months and months and months, if not years and years and years worth of work. If I make it, let's just say, for instance, it's, 2025 and it's all of a sudden I got 1 million followers, and people are like, well, he's an overnight success. Dude, I have worked for 50 years. Yes, I'm 54. So I started at 4. I'll claim that, to be this person, to get here, to use the things that I know to make my mark in this world. And I can't tell you how many failures I have had along the way to build the resilience, the art of my resiliency to get here. And then finally to figure out a way that I can turn all this around and give it back to you as members of the Ascend Hub and to the public on my podcast, as well as motivational speaking and coaching. This isn't an overnight success. This is a simmering pot of gold. This is a delicious soup that takes years of nuanced little, things of magic that goes into it, and hard work and sweat and blood and tears and crying and all that stuff that goes into creating these dreams and creating these things. And then once they finally take off, it's beautiful and you get to be a part of it. But it is not an overnight success. And we see this all the time in the media, entrepreneurs who just seem to rise to the top and it looks like as if it's overnight. But the reality is, of course, that those overnight successes are years in the making, as I've said. They are built on work, perseverance, and a whole lot of failures along the way. Now, Massimo, our partner, here at the Ascend Hub will tell you, I don't know how many times, fail often and fail a lot, as much as you can, get used to failing because there's an art to it. There's a thing that happens in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, in your soul. When you fail enough, it stops feeling like failure. It stops hurting so badly. It stops being so detrimental and so risk averse and so anxiety ridden. Obviously, that depends on the size of the fail. So if you're launching a new business and you've got a lot of money and business and things riding on it, obviously the higher the risk, the harder the fall. But as entrepreneurs, we are not risk averse, and we are always putting ourselves and our ideas, our thoughts and our dreams out into the world. And we are always trying and testing them against a world and an environment that's always going to push back. And you can't help but build resilience when you do that. But I want to honor you now, first of all, for doing that, for being here and doing those things and bringing your dream to the Ascend Hub, bringing your ideas, your wishes, your thoughts, whatever it is you've got. You want us to help you build You want us to be your community. And I honor that. I think that's brilliant. We will talk a lot in the coaching sessions as well as the workshops about failure and about that resiliency, about building your overnight success, right? And what that's going to look like, of course. Now, the importance of perseverance, an entrepreneur journey, it's a journey. Hello, it's the fearless road, guys. It is not overnight. It is not a sprint. It is a marathon. It is many of the businesses that you create now, the earlier businesses you start, are going to be the foundation of stuff that you create later. So please keep in mind, it's okay if the first ones don't make it. Sometimes those little babies we come up with are simply ways for us to learn a lot about ourselves as entrepreneurs, B, a lot about the marketplace, and C, a lot about what works and what doesn't work. Being adaptable, being flexible as an entrepreneur is a massive skill set. And if you can see the power in that flexibility, if you can see the power in that adaptability and use that for your perseverance in this marathon, it will go so far to helping you succeed later on. There are going to be ups, there's going to be downs, there's going to be twists and turns, and every step of the way, you're going to be faced with challenges. The key, of course, is to keep going, even when things get tough and difficult. Now, there are a few things you can do to help with that. One, obviously, here with the community, and we'll talk about that, but embrace the challenge, embrace the struggle. This is leaning into the power of what's coming. Like I've said before, if you announce to the universe that you want to have or become something greater than you are today, and as entrepreneurs, that's what we do every day, we are inviting the universe to put in front of us, just like Gold's Gym, those weights that we need to use to get bigger and stronger, right? Those obstacles and those challenges as entrepreneurs that we need in order to grow and step into the greatest version of our most authentic selves. When you do that, when you announce to the universe that this is what you want to do as an entrepreneur, you are inviting the struggle. So I invite you, when you see it coming, when you feel it, when you hear it, when you think it's happening, when you know that obstacle is in front of you, that is your invitation. That's your welcome. That's your moment to lean in and be like, oh, okay, the universe heard me, and it's now putting this thing in front of me that I've got to do so that I can grow, so that I can become better. That's a beautiful mindset. That's the growth mindset. That's the adopt and adapt mindset that you need in order to persevere. Second, learn from your mistakes. So we've said this all the time, fail often. Every failure is an opportunity for you to get better and for you to learn. And if you're smart, which I'm sure, Greg's on this and he'll talk about this at some point in the sales workshops that he's going to do, you have to write this stuff down. You have to keep track of your failures. You have to keep track of the lessons you learn from those failures. I really encourage you guys, if you're on this journey as an entrepreneur, you really need to be writing down, use AI notes, use Swell AI, use Fireflies. That's what I love. I use that for my meetings and stuff. Gemini chat, whatever it is. Record your thoughts and your ideas around your failures and your mistakes. You will discover at a certain point in time that your brain will start tracking these things and will start putting them in little categories for you and be like, And one day, you're going to be sitting in a meeting, you're going to be having a conversation with somebody, someone's going to ask a question about something, right? And all of a sudden your brain's going to go, oh, you know what? I've been through that, and here's what happened. Here's a little piece of information you can use to help you make a better decision about that before you move forward. Now you've gone from entrepreneur to mentor, right? You're guiding and role modeling other people because you now have that tool set of all those experiences that are valuable, and you begin to give back. Once you do that, that shifts your vision, that shifts your perspective from the person doing to the person helping, assisting, guiding, mentoring. And that is a beautiful, beautiful mindset to shift to. It's a gift for us to be able to give back to others the things we've already learned so that they can have a better experience. That's what the value of your failures are. That's what the value of your experiences and your mistakes are. They are there for you to gather like beautiful golden nuggets of information that one day you're going to turn around and go, aha, here you go. You can use this and it's going to make things better. So think about that. Okay. Stay focused. That's third. Stay focused on your vision. You're here for a reason. You've created your purpose. You've created your idea, your service, your product, your launch, whatever that is, your business model, right? That's your vision. That's your passion. That's your dream. Make sure you stay focused on that. And if you ever get distracted from it, put something on your wall. I've got a vision board on mine that I use all the time to remind myself what the vision was. Like, I can get easily distracted. You guys should know this. I have a shirt that says, I digress. I had it specifically printed for me at Amazon. It says, I digress, because I do. I get down rabbit holes. I get excited about things, and I can get lost in my own excitement about things and people. But it is important to hold on to your vision and remember why you started the journey in the first place. Now, it's not all going to be the same as you get down the road. That vision will adapt and adjust, because you will grow, you will adapt, you will adjust. Your products and services might adapt and adjust to the marketplace and to the consumer's need. That's crucial for success as well. So just be aware that the vision is higher than all of the other things. It is a grander purpose and set of values that you hold to keep you tethered, to keep you anchored, right, on your road as you go down your journey. 4 is to find your tribe. Hello. Okay. The Ascend Hub is that place that I created to help you find your tribe. It is so challenging out there for entrepreneurs to start a business, keep it together, pay the finances, pay the bills, do the things, whatever, and then do it alone. We are, by the very nature of who we are, solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, we are kind of isolated. We're on our own little island sometimes. And I'll tell you, when you have an idea in your head that you want to bring to life, raise your hand if your family member wasn't standing behind you going, that's brilliant, go for it. Like, we all sat there and people are like, really, that sounds, but can you make money? Are you going to be successful? People will question. And not everybody's going to be following along your path like a big cheerleader. So it can be very isolating and challenging to find your tribe. That's one of the reasons why I created the Ascend Hub, because I was like, you know what? I know how this feels. And the one thing I know about creating community and collaborating is there is a power when you bring people together who are passionate and excited about what you do. You can go so much further. You can do so much, and you feel energized about it, right? We need those cheerleaders. Lean on me. I'm your cheerleader. I love what you're doing. I love the power and the brilliance of what you're bringing to the world with your ideas and your dreams. I'll be here for you 100%. So if you need that tribe, count me as one of your first. Okay. So next, embrace the power of making fear your friend. Now, this is what I talk about. This is what I coach about. And I'll be doing mindset motivation, coaching sessions, live sessions, things like that. But talk about making fear your friend. And I like this phrase because fear is not something we need to be afraid of. Fear is simply an advisor on our journey. And I'm pretty sure that most of you are aware that fear comes up constantly as an entrepreneur. You can learn to turn your perspective around and take fear from the other side of that conference table, put it on this side of the conference table as an advisor, a coach, a friend, right? And there's a power in understanding that when fear comes up, it is 9 times out of 10, it is about our understanding of our own worthiness to step forward into our future. And that could be many different things, right? That can express itself in many different ways. But a lot of times people I work with coaching and stuff, it is about our worthiness of having the thing we claimed we want to have, doing the thing we claim we want to do, being the thing we claim we want to be, right? So I encourage you to take these workshops, get the coaching or whatever, but journal about your fears, write them down. Fear is a natural part of our entrepreneurial journey, and it's never going to go away, people. You can't conquer it. You can't destroy it. You can't get rid of it. It doesn't go away. So if that's the case, if that's really what it is, if it's always going to be with you, and by the way, if you're going to be an entrepreneur, it's always going to be with you. What do you think you'd want to do? What kind of relationship do you think you'd want to have with that fear if you began to understand it ain't going anywhere? Like it's not shifting and changing. It's not going to disappear one day. If you are the one that has to shift, you are the one that has to adjust your mindset and your perspective. You are the adaptable, beautiful, brilliant learning machine who can do all of these things, which means you can turn fear from a foe into a friend. And that's powerful. Powerful. Okay. So learn to recognize it, understand it, and use it. Now, the 4 things: embrace the struggle, learn from your mistakes, stay focused on your vision, find your tribe, and embrace the power of making fear your friend. Okay. So as I've said before, the Ascend Hub is more than just a resource hub, but it is a community for entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs who are in it for the long haul, on that fearless road. We're here to celebrate your wins. We're here to support you through your setbacks. We're here to turn your failures into features. We're here to help you on your road and ensure that you become a huge success, whether that's your marketing, sales, finance, strategy, social media, or just building your community of people that believe in you so that you can stay motivated on your entrepreneurial marathon. It is not overnight, my friend. This is a long, beautiful, simmering pot of gold that you are working on, and we are here to help you and support you along the way. So if you're ready for your entrepreneurial marathon and you want to finish strong, remember, ask your friends and other people to join the Ascend Hub. I'm not doing it right. It's over here. Join the Ascend Hub. Bring them on board and get the help and the support that you need. Take the workshops, find the resources, get the guidance and the coaching, all those wonderful things here at the Ascend Hub. And of course, if you could go on to the Fearless Thinking podcast on Apple or Spotify, wherever, it's everywhere. It's even on YouTube. You can go there, like, subscribe, follow, do all those beautiful things for me. I would appreciate it. So it's Monday. This is the end of this episode. You guys have a fantastic week, right? Just have a fantastic week. Remember, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. This is a marathon, and you got this. All right. Thanks, everybody, for joining today. I really appreciate it. Hey, bye, Greg. Thanks. Appreciate it. Have a great Monday and have a great rest of your week. Bye now.
This has been a Fearless Road Network production, brought to you by Devous Media Holdings, LLC.